wins.
Did you know that in Super Mario Odyssey?
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to...
Hey Ellie, can you get me the remote?
Bro! Oh my... Come on! Oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah.
Spence, beatbox challenge, but loser gets a pie in the face. Okay. Your turn. Oh, frick, man.
Sorry.
Yo, Alyssa.
Yeah?
Oh, beatbox challenge. Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
All right, Joey, I got this string. See the string?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna slip it through your ear to the other side. All right, grab this side of the string over here.
Okay.
And pull it that way as fast as you can.
Okay.
Into the unknown. Into the unknown.
What? Are you kidding me? What?
Nothing? Just turn on vibrate. John!
Joey. Oh, beatbox challenge. Let's go. Okay.
John, beatbox sound challenge. Okay.
No, bro. Not this again. Yo, Devin. Riff challenge. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Yo, it's awesome. Hit this riff. Whoa. 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 Hey. Yo, Bloom. Riff challenge. Whoa. Yay. Whoa. Yay. Yo, Sam. Hit this riff. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Today is World Kindness Day, and I got my brother some of his favorite cookies.
Hey, Joe, brought you some of your favorite cookies.
What? Dude, this is my favorite cookie ever.
Love you.
What? Yo, Spencer. Beatbox challenge. Let's go. All right.
You may have seen some people try this thing called the Red Bull Hydro Flask Challenge. But what you don't know is everyone who has successfully made it has either used a full Red Bull or they put a weight on one end so it helps it to go in better. Doing it with an empty can is supposed to be impossible, so I've been told. We'll find out. I'm back.
Dear TikTok, thank you for breaking my boyfriend.
Suck a carrot and call me Will Ferrell.
No way! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! No freaking way! No freaking way! Look! Empty! No freaking way! Did you guys just see that? Oh my god!
Joey. Beatbox speed it up challenge. Here we go. All right. Yo, Spencer, complex beatbox challenge. Let's go. One day of beatboxing. 1 month of beatboxing. 1 year of beatboxing. 10 years of beatboxing.
Yo, Spence. Beatbox challenge. Okay, the loser has to pour this on their head. Ready? Okay. Your turn. Really?
John, beatbox me a challenge. Okay. Let's go.
Bro, why you keep checking your phone? You got no friends.
Neither do you.
Yo, Spencer. Beatbox challenge. Yeah, beatbox challenge. Let's go.
This my baby. And ain't nobody finna touch him.
Hey, 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 hey. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Whoa, yeah, yeah. What's up, guys? Joey pranked me and it's time to get revenge. Got it. This is gonna be good.
Hey, Joey, wake up. There's a challenge on TikTok that says you can't drink this in 30 seconds. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Love you too. Oh, God.
It's Thanksgiving and I want to tell my brother I'm thankful for him and he really likes apples, so I got him an apple. Hey Joe, it's Thanksgiving and I want to say I'm thankful for you, so I brought you your favorite fruit.
Thanks, man. Oh.
Oh my god! Alright guys, so I saw this psychological study that if you act super confident in what you say, you can get people to do almost anything. Yo Zach, I got an idea for a video. Basically, I need you to pour that water on your head and say jelly beans as fast as you can.
Okay.
Wait, really? Yo, Joey, I got this video idea, but I need you to shove these cotton balls in your mouth and bark like a dog.
Why?
Just trust me, it's gonna go viral, okay?
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna count down from 3 and then start filming, cool?
Okay.
Alright. you
sure about this?
Yeah, trust me. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Jelly! Hey, Alyssa! Beatbox dance challenge. Let's go. Spencer, one more time. Right. Beatbox challenge. Loser gets a pie in the face.
Let's do it.
Your turn first. Alright, my turn.
Okay. Dude, when did you learn to do that?
You lose! No! Ah! Yes! Woo! Redemption! Alright, now all three of us are doing the Moo Challenge. Yo, Devin. Oh, hit this riff. Baby, yeah. Baby, yeah. Oh! Yo, Dawson, hit this riff. Oh my god! Yo, Andrew, hit this riff. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my god! Yo, Sam, hit this riff. Hey, yeah. Oh my god!
We have the Vishops. I like to use a freeze team here. Suki.
Yo, Sam. Oh, goodness.
Dude.
Beatbox challenge. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Oh! Alright, boys, here are some tricks if your girlfriend's mad and she won't let you cuddle. Step 1, bring her chocolate. Here you go. If that doesn't work, step 2 is make her favorite baked good. I made you cookies. If that still doesn't work, bring her flowers. Do you love me now? Now receiveth thine cuddles.
Okay, who initiated the first kiss? Who apologizes first after a fight? Who is the funny one? Who is more romantic?
Wait.
Who is the most patient? Who's the better cook?
That's easy.
Who said I love you first? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning?
You definitely chose me for that.
Who is grumpier in the morning? Who's more stubborn?
You definitely chose me for that.
Who's the bigger baby when sick? Who is the social butterfly? Who is the messy one?
Ah, fuck.
Who spends the most money? Who loses their key?
Yo, Devin! Oh, beatbox challenge, let's go. All right.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. Ugh. Well, I switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside. And it helps prevent streaks and haze. WetJet is so worth it. Love it or your money back.
And welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the Nintendo Wii, everybody's favorite Nintendo console from 2006. And we're going to be screwing around with it today because we're going to attempt to install Linux on this console. That's right. Now I figured this was pretty appropriate because it was a year ago this month when I did the PlayStation 2 Linux video using Sony's official PS2 Linux kit. This method we're going to take a look at on the Wii here is certainly not official at all. This was not a Nintendo sanctioned thing, and it's only thanks to the work of some people in the Wii homebrewing community that we're even able to do this in the first place. So yes, if it wasn't already obvious, you have to have a homebrewed Wii with BootMe installed, and then you're also going to need an SD card and a USB flash drive, the two things to make any homebrew project successful, at least in theory anyways. But yeah, let's go ahead and swap over to my computer and we'll get started with this. Alright, so getting Linux installed on the Nintendo Wii is actually relatively simple, and I'm gonna kind of walk you through that process here. There are a couple of distros that you could use, believe it or not. We've got White, or Wheat perhaps, if you're pronouncing it like the I's in Wii, but whatever. White, Blight, and X-White. Now the difference between these is what they're based on. So White Linux is based on Debian, and Blight Linux, which is down here under third-party distros, is based on Gentoo. We're going to be using X-White for this video because it is White Linux with a GUI. It's got X included as well, so we're just going to use that for this video, but theoretically you could use any of these three with the installer, which is the far easier method of installing Linux on the Wii. You could go through the method of manually installing one of these other distros if you would prefer to do that, or just with White Linux or Blight Linux or whichever one that you want, but it's definitely quite the ordeal that you have to go through here, and they made this installer to just make the process a lot easier, so we're going to be taking advantage of that. Now it should be noted that all of this info is really old, over 10 years old, okay? You saw, like, from the date here on, which was at this page here, this version was released in 2008, 2009, so this stuff is, like, pretty old. But I did come across this post over on GBA Temp that was posted in 2020 that is a guide on how to get X-White Linux running on the Wii and get Wi-Fi working, which is pretty great. We're going to try that out later on in this video as well. Now, you need to have a homebrewed Wii with BootMe installed. If you don't have a homebrewed Wii, I'd recommend going over to Wii.guide and following along with the tutorial here. Once you get the homebrew channel and BootMe installed, then you can come back to this page, and you have to download a couple things from this MediaFire link. There's two .7z files in here, and one of these has to go on your SD card, one of them has to go on your USB flash drive. So we're going to start with the SD card, which should look something like this. We're going to grab the SD card, or the apps.7z file right here, and all you gotta do is go into your apps folder on your SD card, go into the apps folder in here, and extract this folder into the apps folder on the SD card, and that's all there is to it. This is the installer that we will run from the homebrew channel. Now going over to the USB drive, which I have nothing on, we're going to open up the white full linux.7z file and just extract everything to the root of the USB drive. And there we go. So what we have to do now is take the USB drive and SD card out of our computer, put them back into the Wii, and we have to open up the homebrew channel, go through the installer, and then once we're done with that, we have to take the SD card out of the Wii, put it back into the computer, download this ELF file. It is a PAL file, but the guide says it doesn't matter apparently, and then we have to replace the ppcboot.elf inside of the BootMe folder on the SD card with that file, and then rename it ppcboot.elf, and that will allow us to, from the homebrew channel, hit the home button, select launch BootMe, and it will then boot into Linux. So let's go ahead and try this all out and see if it works. Alright, so we've got the Wii hooked up and everything set up, the SD card USB drive plugged in. It's important to note that the USB drive has to be plugged into port 0, which is the bottom USB port, or the right one if you've got the console standing up. So we're going to go into the homebrew channel here. And we should have our single installer right here. We're just going to run that and click load. Now at this point, you have to plug in a USB keyboard to the other USB port. So let me grab that. And so it says right here, it will erase the contents of the SD card inserted. So make sure you don't have anything that you don't want to lose on it. So we're going to say yes, and it says please don't remove the SD card nor any USB storage devices. The installer will use the following source media. And we can pretty much go with the default options here. It defaults to 256 for the recommended size of the FAT partition. That's fine with us. We're just going to do that. And now we get another warning box that says if you continue, all the existing data in the SD card will be erased. So we say yes. And now it's untarring, so everything looks good so far. It is mentioned in the tutorial that this will take a while, so just be prepared.
One in 7 children does not have enough food to lead a healthy and active life. But what does it take to...
The screen just went black, but the console's still on. Should I hit a key on the keyboard? Sure, let's do that. Oh, okay, it just went to sleep. But yeah, so far on the timer, or the stopwatch rather, we are about 8 minutes in and we're halfway done. So that's not, I mean, 16 minutes if it actually ends up being like 16, 20 minutes, that's not too bad. And there we go, we're done. It didn't even take 15 minutes, so that's pretty great. So we're going to hit OK to reboot the video console, alright. And it said that it was copying over a ppcboot.elf file, so I'm wondering if we even need to copy over the version that was mentioned in that guide. We're going to see, because it said you can launch it right now from the Homebrew channel, so let's just try it and see. So the SD card has had the installer wipe, so nothing's going to show up here, but we're going to press the home button and go down to launch boot me, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's booting. And it just ejected the disk, which is interesting. But yeah, here it is. It's starting the desktop manager, so I wonder why the guide said that you needed to copy over that other ELF file. And by the way, this is all done off the SD card. You don't need to have the USB drive plugged into the Wii anymore. So I've plugged a mouse into the other USB port. And yeah, let's view the about information. So we'll go about XFCE, and this is version 4, copyright 02 to 06. And yeah, XFCE 4, version 4.3.99.2. But yeah, I mean, here it is. We've got the dock down here. We've got our icons on the desktop. We've got our multiple desktops up here. We have this, which I don't actually know what... Oh, that's restoring hidden windows. Okay. Or hide windows and show desktop. All right. And yeah, so let's try to go... This right here is the menu, which we can get to just by right-clicking on the desktop as well. So this is the web browser, it looks like, although it says it failed to execute default web browser, input-output error. We're going to try in a minute here to get Wi-Fi working, and I'm wondering if the other ppcboot.elf file has something to do with that. I'm not sure, but, I mean, clearly, we're here booted into Linux with XFCE running just fine without that other ELF file, so the default one seems to work fine for that purpose. But yeah, so we've got terminal here. Let's view our apps. Let's see what we got. So editors, we've got mousepad and nano, got a few net tools there. Oh, we've got Opera too. Okay, well that's super nice. Can we launch Opera? Yeah, it doesn't it does not appear to be launching, which sucks. But we also have, let's see, we got programming, we got Python, Bash and SH, sound, we've got some sound stuff. But yeah, you've got a few things in here. Various tools. You've got VLC, which is pretty nice. Can we launch that? You know, I wonder, could you put a DVD in and like play? Like, does it recognize the disk drive? I'm sure there's a better solution for playing DVDs back on the Wii with like some other homebrew app, but I'm wondering if it even recognizes the disk drive here. Alright, so quick jump cut here because I wanted to just talk a little bit more about this ppcboot.elf file that I was mentioning earlier, because as it turns out, there is a very good reason why we have to change out the file with the one that the text tutorial guide mentioned, and that's because the installer we used installs version 2.6.27 of the Linux kernel, but the latest version of the Linux kernel that was compiled for the Wii, at least through this project, was 2.6.32, and that's the version that is contained in the ELF file that the text guide points to. It's known as the Mini Kernel Preview 5, and it contains some enhancements over previous versions. Notably, it has experimental support for the Wii's DVD drive, and updated support for the Wii's Wi-Fi adapter, so I went ahead and copied over that file to the SD card and replaced the existing one. And even though the text guide claims it doesn't matter if you use a PAL or NTSC version of this file, I just got the NTSC version because it was there and we're on an NTSC console, so it just seemed like the right thing to do. But anyways, with all of that said, let's go ahead and jump into the homebrew channel again, and we will launch BootMe from here and get back into the Linux environment, and then we'll go through the process of trying to get Wi-Fi working, and we'll see if the web browser decides to launch this time, because it wasn't launching before for whatever reason, both Opera and whatever default browser that it had. And yeah, every time it starts up, it tries to eject whatever disk is in the drive. Of course, there's nothing in there now, so it's not going to do anything. But yeah, here we are. So we're going to immediately, I've got the text guide pulled up because it does go through a series of terminal commands you have to run to get the Wi-Fi adapter working. So we're going to try that out and see if that is doable. But first, let's just try to launch the browser again and, you know, see what happens. So what browser is this? It's just called a web browser. I'm going to guess, well, this is XFCE though. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it says input output error, and we go to we go to apps here and go to net, and we go to Opera. I wonder what Iceweasel is. Is this a web browser? Yeah, Iceweasel web browser. So that is another web browser. Oh, there we go. It's starting up. Look at that. This looks like it's Firefox based. Yeah, this is definitely Firefox based. It's Mozilla 5.0 right here. And yeah, let's just minimize this for now. The guide tells us to completely log out of the account we're logged into now, and then just log into the root account. I wonder what account we're logged into though, because we didn't make an account or anything. I guess there's some other... Oh, I don't want to shut down the Wii. Okay, shutdown canceled, you can log in. Alright, so we gotta log in as root, and the password is white, W-H-I-I-T-E. And there we go. So now, if we type in, I was gonna say startx, but I don't believe it is startx. Oh, it is, look at that. The tutorial says to type in start XFCE4, but startx works too. And yeah, so now we're logged into the root account, and we've got this tips and tricks thing that came up. It doesn't look like there are any tips or tricks in here. But anyways, let's go to terminal here, and let's begin by typing, what is our first command? We have to change directory to the home/Wii, and we gotta run dpkg-i star.deb. Alright, so that's finished. We gotta change directory back to the root. Now we gotta run a tar command. Thank God for being able to press tab to autocomplete. And now we have to run nano to edit a configuration file. etc network interfaces. And this shows you how rudimentary that this is, because we have to type in the SSID and password into here. Then we gotta get out of that. We want to say yes, save, right to that, and there we go. So yeah, there's no like you know, network search program or interface of any kind in this. Like, is there anything in settings for network? Like, there's the settings manager. Okay, you got keyboard, mouse, file manager, display. Okay, well, we can change the display settings at least. There's only one resolution that we can pick from, 320 by 240. But yeah, there's nothing in here about, you know, network. So Let's just see if we are on the network. Let's try to open up that browser that actually opened up, which is here under net Iceweasel. And let's hope that we're... Well, actually, I guess we could just go to terminal here and try to run a ping. Unknown host. That is not a good sign. You know, I wonder if we got to restart. That would actually make sense. Failed to bring up WLAN 0. Oh gosh. Okay, so the Wii account is the default account that it makes. Okay, ping google.com. Unknown host. Alright, so we're force powering off the Wii again because I have just temporarily changed my Wi-Fi network to use WPA and WPA2 instead of just solely WPA2. Keyword is temporarily. So we're going to try this again once the network comes back online. And we will see if it's just the security protocol that's causing the issue. But again, the Wii can connect to it just fine without it being set to WPA and WPA2, but I'm guessing maybe Wii Linux is not that way. I was thinking of trying to use the Wii's Ethernet adapter, because I have one of those, because I've tried to do network stuff on the Wii before. You guys may remember back in 2021, we tried to use some third-party web browsers on this thing, and that failed in utter disaster. But as a result of that, I have the Wii's USB wired network Ethernet module. I don't know why I just made that too long. Yeah, I have that, but it doesn't specifically mention that that is supported on the wiki page about this, at least from what I've read, but we can try it anyway because I've got a network switch right here that we could hook this up to. And honestly, I much prefer Ethernet for everything because it's just so much more convenient. Of course, when you have easy access to an Ethernet jack. Okay, it failed to bring up failed to bring up WLAN 0. Done. Oh my god. Really? Really? Maybe I entered the password wrong or something? Oh, I think I see the problem. This is supposed to be WLAN 1, apparently? And it's supposed to say iFace WLAN 1 instead of WLAN 0. So maybe it's not even a WPA2 issue. But okay, so we're going to get out of that. Yes, we want to save. Yes, we want to write to that file. Okay, okay, that's looking good. Authenticating. So now, I should be able to, terminals come up here. Let's ping google.com. Oh, there we go. Yes, let's go. We're online, people. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. All right, so let's go back into apps here. Let's go to net, launch that Iceweasel web browser. We're gonna start a new session. Yes, I know the last session closed unexpectedly. That may have been because we force powered off the system. And let's try to go to google.com. Not .cm, not google.cm. Well, that also works, but google.com. Of course, you know, this is a super frickin' old web browser, so it's not going to be able to display modern pages properly. So, you know, Google's displayed in its, like, 2006 mode here. But I don't know, you want to do a search? We could search for Michael MJD. This will probably bring up the mobile results page. That usually always happens. Yes, continue, that's fine. Yep. There we go. We're not going to be able to go to YouTube at all on this thing, but we can try. Well, that answers that, so we're just gonna go to the old net. Gosh, it's always good to see the old net. So, let's try to go to, hey, that's appropriate, Nintendo.com. Let's go to Nintendo.com in 2008 and see what they were up to back then. And it looks like it's displayed this page relatively well. So, it looks like Wii Music was coming out around this time. Experience Wii. Experience Nintendo DS. Kirby Superstar Ultra. Man. World of Goo. Oh my gosh. That was a pretty fun game. I played it on the Wii first. I think it was a download on the Wii Shop channel. I think it was WiiWare. And then I ended up getting it for PC later on. Like many years later, actually. Nintendo's Holiday 2008 Wii Speak channel. Club Nintendo. More. Oh gosh. Remember Club Nintendo? Wii Remote Jacket accessory offer. Back when that was going on. 2008 was actually the year that my family got a Nintendo Wii. Yeah, we kind of got it. We didn't get it in 2006 when it first came out, as much as I wanted it back then. But we ended up getting it a couple years later, which was pretty great. And gosh, it was a pretty fun console just to be able to like mess around with. There's so much stuff to do on it. It just seemed like a whole new world at the time. But yeah, so that is web browsing. We're online, which is great. I actually want to go to the package manager too, because that was in here under apps, tools, I believe. Or no, was it under system? Yeah, here it is. So we'll launch the package manager because I want to see what's in here. Oh, we got to type in the root password. Okay. I'd be curious to see what shows up in here. So we got a bunch of categories. 3D chess. Oh yeah, let's get 3D chess. Why not? We'll mark for installation. I wonder how much of this stuff would like work on here. This needs to be like way smaller. This box here on the bottom. Let's resize that. Maybe. Oh, can it not be resized any more than that? Oh, it can't. Oh, that's annoying. Really? Oh, that sucks. So this is how large that the package like selection window is, or part of the window anyway. So let's see if, oh my gosh, you know what? If GIMP is on here, oh, we can just search from here. Let's do that. GIMP, there we go. All right, so we'll mark that for installation to be installed. So we should have 3D chess, GIMP, and all the stuff it needs. All right, that's fine for us. And let's let it download. Hooray! So we've got GIMP now on the Nintendo Wii. The question now, of course, is can we actually open it up? Welcome to the GIMP 2.2, and the window is too freaking large, it goes off the screen. So we'll have to minimize, or not minimize, but like restore it there. We'll hit continue. Gotta do the same thing here. For proper installation, the folder named GIMP 2.2 needs to be created. Okay. I want to like get to, yeah, continue. 128 megabyte tile cache size, it looks fine to me. Oh boy, look at that splash screen. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's actually working. I shouldn't jinx myself, it might crash. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Here it is, everybody. So if you ever asked yourself, I'd wonder if you could run GIMP on the Nintendo Wii. Well, the answer is yes, you absolutely can. Through this really convoluted and just something that you should never, like, there's no reason to do any of this. There's far better ways of running GIMP, but it is, I mean, I have to say, it is pretty cool that we've got it running on the Wii here. So we'll make a really basic 420 by 300 file, that's fine. And we'll just, I don't know. Yeah, it's so, with the resolution being so low, we can't even fit everything on the freaking screen. What do we want to do? Fill with a color gradient? Yeah, that sounds good to me. And let's maybe draw some stuff on it. Let's maybe, let's go here and get a larger thing and do this and maybe select a different color. So maybe get a nice like red going on. MJD. And I don't know, do you want to like fill something up? I don't know why I'm asking you guys, as if you could tell me what we're doing. Let's maybe get a blue here and hit OK, and let's maybe fill that up. Yeah, that looks amazing. Okay, so we're gonna save this utter masterpiece. Let's just do it as a GIMP XCF image. That's fine. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Okay, so that's GIMP. That's the package manager. You saw there's a decent amount of stuff in there that we could install, and that's web browsing. The other thing I would like to answer is, can we put a DVD into the Nintendo Wii that has a video file on it? I've copied one of my video files over to this DVD and, you know, formatted it properly to where you can put this into a DVD player and it'll play. So let's pop it in, and first off, let's just see if anything comes up on the desktop. But I am going to open up VLC. The drive doesn't appear to be doing anything. There's no activity going on. So let's open up VLC. And we have GM Player on here too, and we could try that. Okay, and let's go to File, Open Disk. Let's just go with the defaults and hit OK. And play? We've got no drive activity. Drive is not doing anything. Now, it did mention there was experimental support for the Wii's DVD drive, and it didn't say anything about playing, like, DVDs through VLC. I'm just trying this out. But it's definitely not looking good here. Device name. What was the device name? DVD device to use. Yeah, I don't even know what that would be. I mean, nothing is showing up on the desktop here. If we go into file system, yeah, we got nothing in here. Oh, and also of note, when you put a disk into the Wii's drive, you can't hit the eject button. That does not do anything when you're booted into Linux here. So I don't think we can even eject the thing. We could try the other media player here. Oh boy, does this remind you of something. So let's go here and can we just right click? Okay, open, play DVD. Failed to open DVD 1. Okay. Well, that ain't good. So yeah, it's looking like the DVD drive may not have been fully supported at this point. But still, this is pretty freaking awesome. Like, let's be real. I mean, just getting Linux working on the Wii by itself is pretty cool. But getting it on the network, that's even better. So this experiment was a total success. And I'm really happy that everything actually went right for once. I mean, of course, you could say that the DVD thing, something did go wrong, of course. It's an MJD video, gonna happen. But I'm definitely really happy with this. And yeah, it's just pretty cool that people actually took the time to get Linux working on the Wii, even though, you know, there's no real practical reason for this other than just to say we did it and it's cool. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Oh boy, it's something Apple related, can you believe it? Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode, yes, we're going to be taking a look at a modified version of macOS 10.5 that promises improved performance and functionality on old PowerPC G4 and G5 Macs. It's known as Sorbet Leopard and it's completely free to download, which is of course really awesome. And it says it's going to bring faster boot time, smoother animations, updated applications. There's even an entire app store that comes pre-installed with this thing that contains links to a bunch of PowerPC compatible applications, which is pretty cool. Almost as cool as our video sponsor for today, so thanks Linode for making this one possible. Now it's worth noting that this is not the only project like this. In fact, there is a successor project of sorts called Shuriken, which is a modified version of 10.4 Tiger with the same goals, and that's something we'll have to explore in a future video. But for now, let me quickly take you through the installation process and we'll take a look at what Sorbet Leopard here has to offer. First, let's talk system requirements. So Sorbet Leopard needs at least a G4 or G5 Mac. You need to have 512 megabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of available hard disk space. Just to show you the spec sheet of this Mac, this is an iBook G4, and it's got a 1.33 gigahertz processor in it and 1.25 gigabytes of memory. And from what I've seen, the preferred way of installing this is just making a separate partition on your Mac to install the operating system to, because Sorbet Leopard comes on a DMG file that you have to restore using disk utility to a partition on your drive. So if you wanted to make this the sole operating system on a Mac, you're gonna have to use another computer to prep the drive. Everything you need is on Macintosh Garden, though it's also been mirrored to the Internet Archive as well. I will have both of those links down below. And I've already went ahead and we'll just open up disk utility here to show you. I've already not only created the partition, but I have restored the image to this Sorbet partition because it took about 2 hours off camera, so I just did that so we don't have to wait for it while I'm in the middle of shooting the video here. But what you would have to do is partition the drive here and go to the new partition you just create and go to the restored tab and select the DMG as the source and then drag the partition here as the destination and let it do its thing. And then we can go into system preferences here and go to the startup disk option right here. And we are going to restart on the Sorbet partition. You can see it actually identifies itself as macOS 10.5.9, and that's they're doing to kind of indicate like, oh, this is the final version of Leopard. You know, of course it's not. 10.5.8 is, but I thought that was kind of clever. Yeah, so we're going to restart. And by the way, this is the first time we're booting into this partition on this computer because I did all of my testing on my other iBook G4 off camera. So yeah, it will play play the 10.5/10.6 intro video, which of course I'll have to mute because the music is copyrighted. So we're going to go with US and US keyboard layout, and we'll say no, we don't already own a Mac, we're not going to transfer anything, even though that's a lie, I own many Macs. And we're not going to log in with an Apple ID, I don't even know if that would work with this old setup wizard here. And we're going to do Command Q to skip the registration, and we'll leave it in Pacific time, that's fine. And don't forget to register. Yeah, I wonder what Apple's going to do if you register a non-existent version of macOS 10.5. And the first thing I'm going to demo right off the bat is the sorbet the registration, and we'll leave it in Pacific time, that's fine. And don't forget to register. Yeah, I wonder what Apple's going to do if you register a non-existent version of macOS 10.5. And the first thing I'm going to demo right off the bat is the Sorbet App Store. So you see they've actually taken the old iOS App Store icon and they've modified it a bit. And App Store is a little bit misleading. I mean, it is like an app store, but really this is just a web page that has a bunch of links to Macintosh Garden pages where you can download the program. So it's not like everything's contained in this one program. So like if I want to download, let's go to, you know, games here maybe. And yeah, Minecraft PowerPC Edition. I mean, it's definitely nicely laid out. I mean, it kind of looks like Apple's website a little bit with the bar up here. So you can go to games here, we'll get Minecraft PowerPC Edition. And you click here and it will take you to that page on Macintosh Garden. The only downside is you can't go back because they've disabled the address bar and the controls and everything. I wonder if you can like right click. Yeah, that's what you have to do. You got Flux here. Wait, really? Flux supports PowerPC? I guess it's an older version or something. Yeah, 2008. Gosh, Flux is that old. Jeez, I mean 2008 is that old. Gosh, because yeah, PowerPC Macs were still like used, I mean heavily back then. I mean OS X Leopard had just come out a year prior, so they were still definitely in use. Candy Bar. I actually have an old G5 tower that's got that on it. When I got it from the previous owner, he like themed the entire system. It was pretty nice. And yeah, you know, you can go to internet here, download one of the web browsers they've got. You got FileZilla, Transmission. So yeah, definitely really nice. I mean, like I said, it's not an app store in the way that you would think of, like it manages your downloads and updates and everything, but it's nice that it just consolidates a bunch of popular PowerPC apps just right in this nice front-end interface. So yeah, definitely props for that. So we'll close out of that. And the really cool thing about Sorbet Leopard is all the extras that it comes with, because yeah, you could just leave it like this, right? But you could also theme the operating system. There's actually a High Sierra theme that actually does a pretty good job at making this old iBook G4 look like it's running macOS Sierra or High Sierra, which is kind of nuts. So if we go into applications here, we'll go to the Sorbet Tools folder, and there's a bunch of stuff in here, not just appearance, but they've got like some demos, they've got some modifications you can do to the dock and the Finder, they've got some maintenance stuff. We'll start with appearance because that's going to be probably the most exciting. There is an OS X Mountain Lion theme that we could install and uninstall. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that. We're just going to go right into the I almost said High Leopard, the High Sierra one in this video because it is my favorite. The only downside is this is a permanent theme. There's no uninstall folder in here like we've got in the Mountain Lion one. So this is like a permanent thing. So I guess just watch this video and then decide if you want to run this. But yeah, it uses Leopard Rebirth. That's how the whole thing functions. And the first thing you have to do is run this little script that changes the version number to 10.5.8 temporarily, because without it, Leopard Rebirth will not run because it will say, oh, this is only for 10.5.8. Even though that is what we're technically running, they've modified it to say 10.5.9. So we have to run this. It gives you 10 seconds once the terminal window opens up here. It'll give you 10 seconds. We have to enter our password first. Let's do that. Then it will give us 10 seconds to run this application. And now we can hit continue. And we'll hit continue again. Agree. And install. And there we go. It'll do everything for us except for the pictures, which we'll have to install afterwards. And here we are. You can see the dock is looking pretty amazing. We've got the flat menu bar up here. And when you install Leopard Rebirth, it also installs another app store. There's a new icon in the dock. We'll open that up in a minute here. So that might kind of confuse you if you're like, wait, there's another app store now. But yeah, and it does play a promo video here. I think this might be Yosemite actually. Yeah, because this is when they like just made the visual changes and everything. So it just kind of plays that. You can just click to get out of it. And then you have to run this to install the pictures, which is just another terminal command. So yeah, it's looking really good. One other thing I want to touch on are the additional things you can download from Macintosh Garden alongside the main DMG file. These two folders over here are actually for if you already had Leopard installed and you just wanted to update it instead of installing Sorbet Leopard in its entirety. So you've got the graphics drivers here. You could go through here and install those. You also have Sorbet Plus, which contains 3 applications: the updated mail client, printer drivers, and the Sorbet App Store that we saw down here. We've also got documentation here. We can open up the changelog, and this is a list of all the changes that have been made since the initial version was released. The supplementary update, as of right now, according to the changelog anyway, this modifies the default playback resolution in Invidious, which is an alternative front end for YouTube, from 720p down to 360p. So we'll get this. You just double click on the .command file. Yeah, we'll enter yes and enter our password, and it will do just that for us. There you go, update complete. So yeah, we'll go back to our, actually I guess we can take a look at the PPC store here, because this is similar to the Sorbet App Store. It has a bunch of PowerPC applications, and this actually will just download the DMG file for the respective application right to your desktop. Well, actually, it's not doing that. I'm trying to download, I've gone through here and tried to download like most of this stuff, and it's not giving me the DMG on the desktop here. And I'm starting to think that maybe they disabled this to avoid confusion with the App Store that they added, because this App Store, the Sorbet App Store, was added in revision to 1.5. which was introduced, I think, back in December 2022. Prior to that, the PPC store was the built-in app store, and I guess they just wanted to make their own. So they uninstalled this, and it just reinstalls when you get the theme, because that comes with Leopard Rebirth. So I'm guessing that they probably did not intend for you to still use this store. Yeah, we'll go back to the tools here, because there's a bunch of other stuff. So that was appearance. Actually, there was one more thing in appearance, and that's under iOS. You do have the iOS desktop pictures. You can install that. There's a terminal command here, or a script rather. Going back into the tools folder here, the demos. So these are a bunch of OpenGL demos. They are pretty nice to see running here, and it kind of gives you a look at the level of performance that you can expect to get out of the system. So you can open up a couple of these. Maybe we open up all these at the same time. That sounds like a great idea. This will definitely start to put some stress on the system here. In fact, let's get oh yeah, it's already kind of having trouble. Of course, you should not do this. This was not really it's not, you're not supposed to run all of these at the same time, but of course we don't do necessarily what you're supposed to do on this channel. Yeah, I can't really I can't move around the dock super easily. It's definitely not going to be able to handle this super well, but you've got some demos in here, which is nice. And you also have the two, well, one of these is official. You've got the Snow Leopard Welcome movie, which is also the Leopard Welcome movie. You also have this unofficial Mountain Lion Welcome movie, which if you actually search for Mountain Lion Welcome movie on YouTube, I think it's the first result. Because I was looking at this off camera, I'm like, I didn't think Mountain Lion had a welcome video. Well, it didn't. Somebody made one though. Under dock here, so we can switch it back to 3D if we want. And basically these are, I mean, this is nothing like exclusive to Sorbet Leopard. These are just terminal commands you can run in OS X, but they've made these scripts here to make it a lot easier. And you can also change the minimization effect from the Genie one here. We can set that to the Suck maximization effect or minimization effect, and now there you go. So it's kind of like the Genie effect, but a little bit different. So yeah, nice little hidden dock minimization going on there. You also have dashboard. You can just quit out of dashboard, and function. This is neat if you only want. I mean, there's not really a purpose for this for most people, but you can hide all of the pinned applications and only show active applications in the dock. Yeah, there you go. Finder, you've got a few modifications in here. First of all, the expose blob, which I didn't even realize this was a thing, even hidden in macOS, but this is a little blob. When you click show here, it will show this little blob that you can click on the desktop to open up Expose. You do that, and there's Expose. Boom. It's a pretty large blob that you can move around. And yeah, I did not realize this was a thing on macOS, but there it is. We can just hide it because that is pretty freaking large. You also have hidden files. You can show or hide hidden files. You've got some maintenance stuff as well. You got periodic scripts. You can clear different caches, user cache, library cache, system cache. Yeah, if you want to do that, there it is. Peripherals, Bonjour, you can enable or disable that. You can enable or disable iOS device communication. With the Magic Mouse, you can disable or enable momentum scrolling on that. And RAM disks. This is actually pretty useful. You can create RAM disks just like on the fly. They got various different sizes here for you. So maybe we want to make a 64 megabyte RAM disk. Let's do that. And there we go. So there's our little RAM disk, and we can just eject it when we're done with it. You got Spotlight stuff as well. Spotlight has been disabled by default, which is useful because of all the indexing that Spotlight does in the background that slows down the system. So that's why they've disabled it here. But if you want to re-enable it, you can do that here. And there we go. Now Spotlight is back, and it's gonna start indexing stuff. Though there is index tools here, so you can just disable indexing entirely, which is nice if you don't want to have it indexing in the background all the time. Last but not least is System. You can disable or enable beam sync. You can go into Quartz Compositor here and turn off window shadows, which is nice for performance here if you want to get rid of those. And I'll let you see how the window looks once the terminal command runs here. And there you go. We got rid of shadows, so that will improve performance a little bit because it doesn't have to render those shadows, obviously. And you have a universal ad blocker, which enables an ad blocker across the entire system. And hey, speaking of ads, now's a great time to talk about today's video sponsor, Linode. You know what's better than Sorbet? Pretty much any flavor of Linux. And with Linode, you can run your own Linux-based virtual machine to help you scale and deploy all kinds of applications. To put it simply, if it runs on Linux, it runs on Linode. Their worldwide network of data centers are equipped with enterprise-level capabilities like load balancers, object storage, and Kubernetes. And their predictable, no lock-in pricing means that you can start small and upgrade to a different plan whenever you need. For the past 2 decades, they've been making cloud computing affordable, accessible, and simple, leading companies of all shapes and sizes to trust them with their cloud computing needs. And they'd love to have you try them out. So as a thank you for watching this video, if you sign up for a new Linode account by clicking my link down below, you'll receive a 60-day $100 credit to give them a test drive for completely free. So whether you're looking to change providers or just getting started with cloud computing, be sure to check them out, and huge thanks again to Linode for making this episode possible. That's about the best ad segue I could have hoped for, but yeah, I mean, those are all of the additional things in the Sorbet tools folder. And yeah, overall, it's just a really nice collection of a bunch of improvements and modifications for Leopard. And also, if we go to About This Mac here, just to briefly show you this, the Leopard Rebirth program modifies the About screen here into the Sierra style. And yeah, the theme does say High Sierra in that folder, but it is, I mean, Leopard Rebirth is specifically mentioned Sierra on their website as the OS version is trying to mimic. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend checking this out, guys. If you have an old G4 or G5 Mac, just give this a try. I mean, install it on a separate partition and just mess around with it. It's a lot of fun. I've been having some fun going through this off camera. And I guess we should also enable, the one thing I realized we haven't done yet is we have not enabled dock magnification, which is like a cardinal sin on Mac OS, at least for me. So we gotta go to dock here and turn that magnification way up and make the dock size like super small here. And there we go. Oh my gosh, that is like so freaking smooth. Yeah, it's really, I mean, performance-wise, I've definitely noticed a performance boost over just regular Mac OS X Leopard. And I think having Spotlight turned off, even just indexing turned off, really improves, just because it doesn't have to do that all in the background all the time, which is great, of course, because it frees up the system resources. And yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to say about it, at least that I can say in this little demo video. So if you guys, again, if you want to check this out, I'll have the link down below. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at Minecraft on the Nintendo Wii. That's right, at least something that's very close to Minecraft. This right here is a homebrew app called CaveX, which is essentially a clone of a Minecraft client that actually runs on the Wii, believe it or not. And we're going to check it out today. I'll show you how to install it. It's really, really simple if you have the homebrew browser installed. And yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so like with any Wii homebrew project, we're going to start up the lovely homebrew channel to get started. And the easiest way to get this is by downloading it through the Homebrew browser, but you could just download it on your computer and copy the files over to your SD card. But since I've got the Homebrew browser installed, I'll just quickly open this up and show you. It's actually the first listing under games, at least as of me recording this video. And it says Beta 1.7.3 for the Wii, your favorite block game on the Nintendo Wii. And the author is ByteBit, aka Extreme 8000, and it was just released like a month ago. This is a relatively new project. It's not the first time that somebody's tried to make a Minecraft clone on the Wii, but it is the most recent one to be publicly added here in the Homebrew browser. So yeah, you just go here, download it, and you go back to the Homebrew channel, and let's go ahead and load it up. So the first thing you get is a world selection screen, and there are a couple of worlds that come pre-installed with it. And we're going to load into New World here, and you'll see it really looks like Minecraft. Now, to move around, you have to have the nunchuck attached to the Wii Remote, and you use the D-pad on the Wii Remote to go forward, back, left, and right. You use the analog stick on the nunchuck to move the camera around, and yeah, you are in, you know, creative mode here, if you want to really call it that, but there's no other mode you can switch to. And, you know, we're flying around here, and the controls are a bit wonky. In fact, some of them on the screen there are just wrong. For example, pressing A, it says it will open up the inventory. There is no inventory to open up as far as I can tell. Pressing A just lowers you to the ground. Pressing B is kind of like a jump, but you know, you are permanently flying here. So if you hold down B, you'll just go up. If you hold down A, you'll go down closer to the ground. Z on the nunchuck is to punch and to break blocks, but when you break blocks, they don't actually go into your inventory. It's just to break blocks, and you can place the block that's already in your inventory by hitting C. So you can do that. You can use the plus and minus buttons on the Wii Remote to switch between the items in your hotbar here. But yeah, there's no inventory to open up. You can't pick up blocks. So the only blocks you can place are things that are already in your inventory when you create the world, which we'll touch on that in a moment. But you can see, I mean, the frame rate up there, it is playing at 60 FPS. I mean, it's a really just cool thing. It really does look like Minecraft, because this is an actual Minecraft world, and that's the really cool thing about this. So if we go back to the world selection screen here, we'll hit the home button. So there's no way to generate a new world from the app, but what you can do is load up a beta version of Minecraft on your computer and generate a world from there, and then copy the world folder over to Apps, Cavex, Saves on your SD card, and it will show up in here. In fact, this Betaland world is something that I generated on Beta 1.7.3 on my computer, and it will load up. And yeah, so here is this really basic sand structure that I created on my computer. It's just really cool. Now, if you want items to be on your hotbar, you'll have to do that on your computer when you create the world there, because I'm not going to be able to place anything because I did not place anything on my hotbar, so I can only just delete blocks. Just the fact that you can load up a Minecraft world, even if it's a Minecraft beta world, that you generate on your computer, on your Wii, is just nuts to me. And you probably saw earlier that I have Voxelcraft here in the Homebrew channel. I thought it would be cool to just briefly demo this as well. This is another one of these projects that has been around for much longer than Cavex has, like more than a couple years by this point. So this one apparently has multiplayer functionality. I saw a video about that. But yeah, we can go to single player here, and here's the world that it brings you into. And this one, the controls are way different. You don't use the nunchuck to move the camera around. You instead use it to move forward, backwards, left, and right. And you actually move the Wii Remote, so you have to point it at the screen to move the camera around, which is really wonky, but it does work. And just like Cavex, you can destroy blocks. I don't think you can actually place blocks in here. I think, you know, you can place blocks, but it's only dirt. So you hit A and you place dirt. And there's no real way to change that, unfortunately, but you can break blocks. This is, again, more of a proof of concept. Also, what is really funny is when you walk on blocks, you immediately, like, go up to the top of it. So you can just walk up these mountains here. You can go walking along down here and just, oh, there's a tree. Pff, we're going to get on top of that. Go over here, get on top of that. So yeah, it is rather funny. I like how that works. Again, it is pretty rudimentary, but I thought it'd be just worth showing off on this video since we are talking about Minecraft on the Wii. The good thing about Voxelcraft too is when you press the home button, it actually brings you back to the Homebrew channel, because if we load up Cavex here, and on the main screen here, the world selection, if you press home, you see down there it says it'll quit. It will just hang your Wii. And you do have to force power off your Wii. I let it sit on this screen for 10-15 minutes and it did not recover from that state. So yeah, just something of note there. But even with that, and even with the limitations, I still think that this is an incredibly cool project. And I think it deserves a lot more attention than it is currently getting. So yeah, be sure to check out Cavex and Voxelcraft if you'd like. They're both on the Homebrew browser. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.